So you're working out where?
I work in Phoenix right now. It's ridiculous.
Pretty hot.
I don't know why anybody would want to live there. Like everyone's like, you live in the desert. I said, yeah, but it's not like your desert shop.
Wintertime's not so bad. But brutal, brutal in the summertime.
I don't know, man. I need to change the weather. You know?
Yeah. So you travel down there for the week and then come back home, or?
Every Friday, yeah. We travel a lot. I'm sure they tell. I don't know if you remember. We used to travel on the road with my wife, and I got a new job that I just travel by myself. Come home every Friday.
Yeah.
It's all right. Just like came home last night at 5, and I'm ready to leave tomorrow at 9. You know?
Oh man.
See how that works? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first time he looks familiar. I like that
Yeah,
name.
he was the little
Oh yeah.
curly-haired kid.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
he's
Yeah, I remember. But he looks familiar. Okay.
That's not the fun here, obviously.
That's your boy.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been here in Pahrump?
I think like 3 years now.
3 years.
Yeah. Like I said, we travel a lot. I was working for up at the test site for a
Okay.
while. And then came back here. I was there for a while, 2 years, and then back on the road again, and then I got a new job. So we're just kind of like travel, like I said, travel. Last 5 years I've been living in the trailer. And I just got back from Boise. Went there for about like 5 months.
Not a bad deal.
No, I mean, unfortunately, I was on the job. There's nothing perfect, right?
We lived in our RV for a while. When we first moved out here, just bought some property, and I actually liked it a lot. Then during COVID, they shut me down here for 6 weeks, so I went ahead and just put a house on the property during that time. And we moved into that. We lived in a 42-foot bumper pull park model, and it was great.
Those are pretty nice. We have a picture. It's nice. 3
Yeah.
bedrooms. It's nice. Kids got to see everything.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, I mean, that, like I said, the traveling, it's cool and bad. You see everything, been over there, you know. This new company kind of, the reason I hired on is they want me to go to Sweden to go work over there.
Sweden.
Yeah, they have a big European market. I'm an inspector. They have a big European market.
What do you inspect?
Mostly data centers.
Okay.
That's their bread and butter right now. They used to do everything, but now their new bread and butter is data centers.
A lot of power for those taking up for those data centers, I'm hearing.
It's not even power. It's well, it's the whole package: power and cooling and heating for that. Well, that's why it needs the power, right? But offset is here in the U.S. they don't really care about the aftermath. So it's kind of just cut and dry, building tons of coolers. But it's cool in Europe because they all the like the use, like how would you put it, the offset of the heat that comes off of them. They use it to heat homes and power generators. They use, they're 100% self-sufficient. If that makes sense.
Okay, interesting.
They're putting out what they put in, what they're putting out. They also take that. Like there's zero waste. I guess you could say. Here they just waste tons. So like in Europe, even though they're taking all the power, but like all the heat that comes off of them,
They utilize it.
They're utilizing that, and then in the summertime they produce more power because they run it off themselves,
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. But yeah, so that's the goal to go over. So that's why we still take the kids over to Europe for a couple of years.
My wife and I, we traveled full time for our work. I worked for the same company for 30 years, and my wife did 25. And we trained people how to do hair, and so we were on the road 3 weeks at a time. And it was great because we got to live all over the country, and we got to see kind of where we wanted to be.
Yeah.
And I started off in Washington State, and then moved to Florida. We lived in the Tampa area for 10 years, and then Missouri, and then out here in Vegas, and here in Pahrump. What's that?
This is it?
This is not it. I mean, we're going to stay here. I've had this shop since 2016. We're the second owners to have it. And it's just my wife and I in here. We've got one girl that works on Friday. She has her own shop here in town. So she does other stuff during the week and then comes here on Friday. But the building sold not too long ago here, and I've got 5 more years on my lease. And they've been just raising the rent so much that if I keep it after the next 5 years, I'm going to have more people working in here. Because they're literally charging double and triple what I've got. And I was smart enough to get 3 5-year leases when I took the shop over. So 5 years takes me up to 64. And I'd like to turn it over to somebody else. And move back to Florida, work just part-time as long as I can still do it.
I'm 45 now, and at 55 I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done at 55. I don't care what.
Had I married up, I'd be done too. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I set my life up where at 55 I'm done. I already have one retirement from the union that I was using at 50.
That's all right.
And then now I'm doing this, so I'm done. The goal is I want to buy a place in like Wisconsin area.
Okay.
Lease like that corner of Wisconsin, Superior, Wisconsin delivery.
Yep.
And then come winter time, get a van, live down in the Keys with the wife, and her, just live on the beach.
Yeah.
Get one of those, like a little camper, maybe one of those little vans you see everywhere,
Yeah. I had a full-size van for a few years. I'm going back to a van here probably this year. And I had a GMC Savannah cargo van that was just, my makeshift, but it was perfect.
Yeah.
And traded in when I got that truck out there, and I wished I would have kept the van. So it's just nice to have the van. Even though I didn't have a high-top van, it still was very comfortable. Had my bed in it, and you just pull off the road. You didn't have to worry so much about finding a campsite.
They're kind of auspicious too. They're not like
Yeah.
camper, like they use ones everyone knows what they are.
They know what you're doing. I mean, just a regular white van, just put a magnet on there saying maintenance.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I never had any trouble. I got a knock once when I was in Bishop, California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My By the police or by?
Yeah, by the police. Because there's this little downtown area in Bishop,
Yeah.
and it's got the little kind of parallel parking, but it's only like 2 blocks away from the police station. So I just went and pulled after they knocked. I just went and pulled into the police station parking lot and went back to sleep, thinking, all right, it'd be even more obvious. And they never said anything. I thought for sure they were going to come give me. Sorry, pulling a hair out or two. I thought for sure they were going to come give me a knock again, but I mean it was just a white van with nothing on it, so they, those police officers that knocked on my van probably never even noticed it when they.
Yeah. I know Bishop pretty well.
Yeah.
Very
Then you know exactly where I'm talking about. That little kind of place, but a lot of homeless kids tend to sleep in that little park.
across from like the bakery, Scott's Bakery.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. There's a good little Mexican restaurant right there.
You can go ahead and just go up or go south a little bit to a road called Fish Creek Road.
Fish Creek.
Yeah, the South Fork and North Fish Creek Road. And if you just kind of whittle around there, and there's so like, say you're coming from Bishop, you'll hit North Fish Creek Road,
Okay.
and then it kind of bends around like a farm, and then in between there, there's a road that goes up into it. There's like a hidden little park, and it's right against a little river, and you can be there and nobody will mess with you.
Nobody even pay attention, huh? I just went up to Washington State and I've got a little 16-foot R-Pod little camper trailer. And you got to find a campsite for that. And you know it's really small.
Yeah.
And so that's the one thing I don't like about the RV deal is I've got to plan ahead. And a lot of times, it's just not convenient.
This COVID can possibly get spot too.
Yeah. It's not cheap. I mean, Mammoth, I stayed 2 nights in Mammoth. It was $100 a night. The other places I stayed were more reasonable. I stayed in Klamath Falls and then in Albany, Oregon, 2 nights, and that was $45 a night for the RV with the full hookup. And it's nice to have, once you're set up, but towing a camper across the country, even that little one.
It's a lot of wear and tear. I was coming down from Boise. I knew I needed tires on my rig, And I told her, I said, I'm going to try to make it home. She's like, alright, well, I knew I had like spots I could stop at, I did the jackpot and one of the tires got like a little ripping.
Oh no.
I was like, alright, well, I'll change it. And there we go. Come up with tire there. Hey man, you want to do a side job? I'll pay you. And I was like, yeah, I'll come over and do it. We had the jackpot and everything, By the time I pulled over into the parking lot, all 4 tires were ripped.
Oh my
All
goodness.
detonated as soon as it cooled down,
Uh-huh.
So I was $1,300 later. And 2 days lost, or a day lost. Luckily it was right at an RV park I was pulled into.
Yeah, that's really what I like about having a van. I knew I could always catch a nap wherever I wanted to, like sit in any parking spot. Key West is not cheap though to camp. That's for sure. They really, Florida's probably,
Key West, you said?
yeah. They really, we lived down there for about 10 years. And that's probably the one state where they really crack down on people sleeping in their vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially down in the Keys. They got people roaming the parking lots, and there are a few campgrounds, but it's like they've got spies. Because it gets overrun.
Yeah.
And Key West is so small.
It's a locals only kind of thing too.
It really is. So, I mean, you get to know people in there. That's been the things we change for you. But they've got so many, people coming and going.
What's that real famous bar? What's that real? Huh?
The Hog's Breath?
Yeah, I think it is. Years ago I did it. Oh, my mom owned that.
Oh yeah.
Well, her grandma owned it and then her mom owned it, but she was telling me that growing up in Keith, she ended up she was homeless for almost 10 years. She didn't, as a little kid, her mom was raising her, you know?
Yeah.
She didn't know she was homeless. I said, what do you mean? She said, her mom worked at the bar, and then they would go sleep on the beach, and then
Yeah.
they take showers with the, but this is also, 30
Yeah.
years ago.
It's changed quite a bit. I mean, it used to allow you a lot of people. A lot of people would live in the little inlets, and they'd have these makeshift little houseboats. Just built out of pontoons or barrels.
Yeah.
And as long as you were on the water and anchored down, nobody really could mess with you. And then they started really cracking down on that because it just got to be,
Yeah.
more people were just down and out, and then just over time started blocking the boats and people from getting in and out on their own property. And
My buddy just has been living down there the last 10 years, retired. And what he's been doing is all these people have like properties on there,
uh-huh.
and he's just parking his RV right on their property.
Nice, yeah.
Like they sublet like a little corner of their lot, you know?
Yeah, that's the way to do it, is to connect with somebody. And because I mean, it's so expensive down there to buy something. With anything to offset that, just the taxes, get as many RVs on my property as I probably could, just to be able to.
No, yeah, I guess it's like people. His name's John. He was saying that it's kind of illegal kind of thing, but no one like the locals are kind of looking down on it.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying is like the last two guys he's had, they've had bad experiences, so they just kind of keep it small, word of
Yeah.
mouth.
Yeah.
The last one he had was right above his dock. He had his boat parked on the guy's property, his RV. It was pretty sweet.
That's the way to do it. Yeah. They're starting to crack down on that here. People been living in their campers and stuff like that for years, and with the
But
population growing here.
well, I don't know, man. I think it's what it is people come here from other places and don't accept the way the town is.
Yep. Oh yeah, for sure.
They change everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like we've only been here 3 years and there were horses and donkeys and all of a sudden a bunch of people start moving here and now they pay all this money to get rid of them. It's like,
Yeah.
that's why we moved here.
Yeah.
It's like, well, why would you live here if you don't want it the way it is?
Yeah. They'll buy a property next to some guy that has 25 cars, and next thing you know, they're reporting the guy for having all the cars.
And honestly, we don't even care about the cars, man. You know, like, I mean, I don't know, it doesn't bother us.
Doesn't bother me either. And
We have a guy behind us that has like a junkyard, but it doesn't bother us. He does it.
they're projects. He's going to get to it someday.
Yeah, that's why he moved out here, not to be.
Yeah, but it is changing. I mean, it's just getting diluted. More and more people are, moving in, and all it takes is a complaint too. The code enforcement doesn't go out really looking for things unless someone complains, your neighbor or something like that. So you gotta be wise to that and make sure you got a good relationship with your neighbor. I mean, it's unfortunate you gotta.
We got lucky with our neighbors.
We have really good neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Our whole
We've
street's
talked
pretty good.
about moving other places, but you only get lucky with that once. The neighbors want you.
Yeah. I pretty much keep to myself. I don't even. A couple of my neighbors, I've never talked to. But we've been on our property for almost 10 years. I'm just kind of.
We're probably set up. We have 2 acres. They're far enough away where we can say hi, but we don't see them often.
Right.
We're fine. I just want to be somewhere with water.
You want to be somewhere where there's water? Yeah, I get that.
I grew up on the ocean in LA, you know. So
Well, we really love Florida. Florida's great. The only reason we moved out of there is because I wanted to a cheap house in Missouri and sell our house in Florida. And we did that, and then same thing out here in Nevada when we got here when the housing crisis was in full bloom. So I'd like to go back to that time as far as prices go. That was incredible.
Yeah, I bought my last house in Vegas for like 120.
Yeah.
Sold for like 700,000.
It's amazing how cheap things were back in 2008, 2009, 2010. That's when we were here.
I bought it in 2005.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Your Vegas house?
Yeah. I think it's $700 a month. My buddy bought it the same time I did. He paid it off a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. He won't sell either because he's like, he bought a house like right down the street from me. No, man, once you sell it, he's like, where am I going to go?
Yeah.
He travels a lot too. He's like, I don't even care. He's just a place that's cheaper than stores, you know? So you go to his house, there's no furniture or nothing. Just a kitchen table and a bedroom.
That's it.
Oh, because he traveled, he's gone same thing.
Yeah.
If anybody robs the house, they're gonna
What is up with it?
It's gonna cost them more to change, fix the locks. But yeah, he's like, where am I sell? Where am I gonna go? Is this all footage from your travels or just random?
It's just random stuff. Sometimes my stuff's up there, but not too often. I don't do that good of a job, so put the other ones up there. But I like watching them. I like the crowd. Yeah.
The POV of travels.
Yeah, I just type, yeah. Sometimes I watch that live. There's 4 or 5 cameras in Key West right on Duval Street that one's right in front of that bar, one in front of the Hog's Breath. I got a little sign so people are waving. I just on YouTube, I just go type in live cameras and all kinds of craziness comes up. We watched the Eagles for a couple of months while they were hatching. Big Bear, that was kind of cool. Now the nest is empty. Watched them last year and they didn't hatch. Mom sat on 3 eggs and they never hatched.
What happened?
Well, in Big Bear, California, they've got this nest, this eagle's nest. Yeah.
What kind of eagle?
Bald eagles. And so this year they had 3 that hatched and 2 made it, and we watched them until they left the nest. It was very cool.
The first year we moved here, there was bald eagles. Here in front, over by, we lived at the trailer park. What was the trailer park we lived at?
Treasures on the north end? Okay.
Yeah, you go up in the hills.
Yeah.
There was a couple of bald eagles hanging around.
Oh, wow.
I didn't realize how common of a bird they really are in the U.S.
Yeah. I mean, they used to be endangered, you know.
Yeah.
I think they're off the endangered list now, but back when I was a kid, I remember them being on the endangered species list. And
I lived in Minnesota for 3 years. They're like chickens up there. There's insane amount of them.
I remember I was in Iowa once, and just a wintertime frozen lake, and they were just like that. There were just hundreds of them everywhere. I couldn't believe it. I'd never seen so many in one spot.
One I was told is like bald eagle, the big brown one. Those are pretty big. Bald eagles look like
Big, huh?
tiny. I'd say standing there every bit of 3 feet. You're ready.
Step outside. You were getting really close to you. Step out for a second.
He was getting cold.
Yeah. It's nice though. Keep it like this.
When you start getting people in here after the day
Yeah.
warms up.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
door,
so early.
you know, just opening and closing all the time. It gets pretty warm in here. When it gets to be about 100, 105 outside, it gets up to about 80 degrees in here. That's as cool as we can keep it. So,
Yeah.
and then we set it to 80 degrees at night so it doesn't cool down or heat up completely. But even 80 degrees when you come in off of that heat is
Yeah.
pretty cool. Feels
The
good.
house is 78. That's actually not too bad.
And the house hardly turns on almost throughout the day. We kind of have 100 degree days. Oh no, it's a hard, but
Gennaro! So where in Idaho were you at?
Boise,
Boise?
LA with a view.
It's another place that's getting deleted big time. I mean, that place used to be ultra conservative, and now
Still is.
it's changing a little bit, I think.
Well, just so you have, it's very polarizing, right? You don't have any. What happened was you always had like the Idaho mentality, the farmer kind of. I wouldn't even say conservative, just more you water your grass, I water my grass.
Yeah.
So I've been going to Idaho for the last 20 years. I've always worked up there between Pocatello and Boise, and right, there's always been jobs up there, right? So I always had like that country boy conservative where they didn't really care about too much guns and God kind of thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you got the big boom, and there's a bunch of people up there, so turn those people into hardcore left, right? They got, and then you have the hardcore left that are like obscene left, where they're
taking over boys and things.
on like intentionally causing rage and intentionally like filming you, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you don't have
Kind of baiting everybody.
Yeah, 100%. You have like in there. I mean, it's insane. Like Boise downtown is just like kind of like a toxic left. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Not just your old like Union Boys, Democrat kind of, you know, the working man. You know.
Really just putting it in your face.
Yeah. And so you turn those, so it turn those normal conservatives into these hardcore, almost borderline cultists. And then you have even some of those. There's like, you ever heard of a guy named Emmett Bundy?
Yeah.
So he started a compound out in Idaho. And there's extreme.
We had some issues here and something going on with the cattle.
But that was in Orville up in Vegas. That was the very first standoff with these guys. At the Bundy Ranch.
Yeah.
But the guy's a crook. Then he went up to Oregon and he was helping some other
Did
guys.
something up there.
Yeah, but then they found out it was one of the largest poaching rings in Oregon. They poached a bunch of animals.
Oh,
Then he
really?
moved to Idaho, and then everyone bought into his noise, and then now he's on the run somewhere and hiding. They don't even know he's in the state.
Interesting.
Because he got caught like lying about St. Luke's Hospital, which is one of the largest hospitals in the guy just turns me off.
I just remember something in Nevada when he was up.
That was the very first standoff with his dad. So what happened with his dad, and whether right, wrong, or different, was the fact for almost 40, 50 years, they got free water, right? And they're running the cattle, and they ran all cattle for Nevada. Well, then they got a new tax assessor. It was a younger person, I don't know if it was a man or woman, but she wanted to make a name for herself.
Uh-huh.
So she went after him and said that he owed all these taxes and all this stuff. Well, yes and no, right? Sure, he wasn't paying taxes, but there's like a boilerplate from like the 30s, you know, that they turned the blind eye to give him water to provide cattle and food for Nevada, right? So he was fighting for that. That was basically the whole standoff.
That's what it was.
And then instead of coming to agreement, he said get off my property and did it with a bunch of things. So it caused media, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So it was just plain facts. It wasn't. The guy had an unwritten agreement with the state. And you had someone new trying to push their weight, right? New taxes, something. That's all. And I mean, it's hard to say who was right or wrong in that situation.
Yeah, you've been, you used to a certain way of life, and
Sure, it's feelings, not fact, right?
yeah.
Sometimes the law has to figure out what's right, the feeling or the fact. He was going after the whole, they've had that agreement for so many years between generational families, right? And it's a part of the, where? Arizona, I think this is all Arizona. I think this is somewhere between, like on the Grand Canyon, Arizona.
Sure is green on the side of the road.
Yeah.
You start going north in Arizona, you get like a mix of green and desert, you know? Get away from
North of
Texas.
Sedona.
Because earlier I had Arizona. I didn't know they had those kind of cactus in Texas like that. Huh? Usually they drive by, they'll drive by like a sign.
Yeah, that's where the
cactus though. Yeah.
There's all kinds of cool stuff, man. Like if you just go over to like, you know, the road between, when you get on the 15 freeway south and you go the Nipton Road, and you go over to Searchlight. That's the largest joshua trees in the world. They're like 30-foot joshua trees. And like nobody knows about it, and it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I've been wanting to go to Cottonwood Cove and take my camper there and camp. I've driven down there before, but I've never camped there.
Over by Searchlight?
Yeah, yeah.
We talked about, he just went the other day, my son did. He said he liked it. We're actually thinking about taking the trailer there this summer.
Yeah, they've got a hotel in the RV park there, and
Yeah, it's only $500 a month, so we're thinking about taking the trailer. It's $500
just
a month.
just leaving it.
Yeah, I just leave it. So when I get off the plane from Vegas, I just go straight there, and the family go there just to be around water.
Yeah. I mean, that's, I think, is the closest we got.
Searchlight.
It's Searchlight from here. I mean, other than going to Boulder City, and I mean.
Did you cut the top already?
No, I'm
I was the same way. You're quick.
No, I just faded it. It's got the fade going. I'm not quick at all.
I didn't even, yeah. Man. Yeah, we're thinking about doing that. Just drop it off there, and then that way we can.
It's close enough to you can come and go as you please.
And then also, it doesn't. Unless I'm wrong, I've never been down there and crowded. I know a lot of people I go there for that reason. It's never crowded. It's more family friendly.
I think it's probably
I mean, it takes a bit from Searchlight to get down in there. There's nothing until you get down in the water.
It's a hard 13 miles, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only
There's
13.
nothing at all until you get right down to it.
We talked about
Looking at Duck Creek, you know, if there's no water over Duck Creek, I mean, that's another place to go.
Crowded, man.
Yeah.
Hurricane's cool. We got that lake up there, St. George.
Penguins. Once you get up there, going from there to Penguins isn't so bad, but
No, but it's still pretty hot. Like, you know what I mean? Like the leader, like
yeah.
Searchlight's right on the water. Then his grandma they own a place in Blythe. It's not bad. Just a little bit farther.
Yeah. Park was nice.
Park was outrageous and super expensive and then crowded. Where they live is in between. So they live between Parker and Blythe. They're on the good part of the river. They actually have a river.
Okay.
It's not like down.
Yeah.
We go south of the
It's
Thames with the
between
butthole.
Blythe and Parker.
20 miles north of Blythe.
Life itself, I don't know. But plus it's California too. You gotta deal with
Usually if we have to go into town when we're staying there, we go into Parker.
Yeah.
We use like their Walmart.
Go to the Walmart there. Yeah.
That's not bad.
We used to go stay there. Down at the Keys, there was a little place. It was great.
Oh, in Parker?
Yeah. Some hotel called something on the Keys. It was right on the water and it was nice. But it's so, I mean, the thing is about that from here, it's just so far. I mean, it's not really, it isn't, but it is. 4 or 5 hour drive, it kind of takes a lot out of it.
Yeah, that's why Searchlight sounds good. 2 hours.
Yeah.
Just leave a trailer down there. And then it is what it is now.
I like going up to Mammoth Lakes and camping up there. But
5 hours.
Yeah, it's 5 hours.
It's a hard 5 hours.
Yeah.
From here.
And it's not.
You gotta go through Lita and all that road.
Yeah.
Man. The ups and downs and what, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I just came back. When I came back, I went up to Washington State and got my mom's house on the market up there, and then came back, and you know, towing even a small little 16-foot camper is a bit much.
So you wanna do 20 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And then you got that stretch where there's nothing. We took that road from when we went to Idaho, when we came to,
It looks really familiar.
no, where did we come back from Idaho when we came through Mammoth? Was it Idaho or where did we come from? We're coming from somewhere.
Mammoth Lakes, you came through.
We came all the way, we went through Lee Viney.
Yeah.
Every time we come, we go somewhere. Like we took a street all the way, we took the streets all the way back from Austin, Texas once.
See, Lee Vining's nice, but that's, I mean, there's, you know, the Owens Valley, and then getting up there, and then Mona Lake, but there's just no, I mean, that's just wide open.
There's that
nothing.
valley that you're still in Nevada
Yeah, it's
before you go.
parts in Arizona.
Topaz Lake.
No, Lake Matthews or whatever, the Matthews Valley or whatever it's called. It's right before you hit Big Pine on the Nevada side.
Okay.
I forgot what that's called.
You're getting up there in the north now, towards Carson City in that area.
No, it's right before Big Pine. So that's the road.
Oh yeah, I know what. Yep. Okay.
Like Matthews Valley. Or
Yeah.
something. That's beautiful. My buddy has a place up there, and it's good, but it's just hard living. You know
Good
what I mean?
fishing all over
Yeah, but like I said, it's just hard. But come winter time,
there. It's brutal.
because they don't. There's zero maintenance, zero.
Yeah, it shuts down a lot. And it gets a lot of snow.
It's too out of the way for Nevada and California to repair, but
I go up to Washington at least every 2 months, and I would prefer to go that way, but not. I can't do it in the wintertime. It's just too risky. Super duper risky driving up there. Wenatchee, right in the center of the state. North Central Washington. My mom lives there. That's where I grew up, and then my mom lives there by herself.
I was just in Hermiston.
Hermiston.
Yeah, that's not far. That's not too far from here.
Hermiston, Idaho.
No, Washington.
Hermiston, Washington. I don't think I said yeah. I know I've been through it.
Moses Lake.
Okay. Yeah, we're
That
50
corner.
miles from Moses Lake.
That corner over there.
Somebody's got a chair. Somebody's got a chair. Did you see that? Somebody's walking through the parking lot with a chair. Is that the girl that
Do
works
you
at
remember
the...
they used to have that outside and then they took it back? Maybe
Probably
they
really close to
had
it.
done or something.
Oh.
They did have it. I thought they took it when
It's a little bit small to sleep on, but You never know. This little bench right out front here, I get people sleeping on it periodically. It's a little bit tight to sleep on, but
It's funny though, like this place has always had a different class of homeless. They're like disenfranchised, you know, they weren't really homeless, and just a lot of expats.
here,
Yeah. So I didn't mind them, they didn't ever bother me, but now we're getting like, true homeless, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Which kind of sucks. Yeah, when we moved here, it was just, you know what I mean? It's fine. I don't know. I had,
People that chose to live the lifestyle.
and I kind of, I'm fine with it. A lot of them are like, they have income, they're retired, it's a fixed income, or they're vets, or disenfranchised, you know, maybe mildly autistic, or, you know what I mean? Just couldn't, it's fine, but you get these drug addicts, or, I don't know. There's a difference, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have no crafts, no.
It has changed quite a bit over the last couple of years.
Everyone's, I guess, when was it? Maybe 4 or 5 months ago. We were somewhere, and there's a couple of realtors in California pushing this area.
Really.
So we got an influx. Like we met like 4 different people, and they have the same realtor. Didn't even know it.
If you think about it, I mean, it's due to Vegas being so close. When I lived in Seattle, I built a ranch, and I moved to Seattle in the late 80s, and by the time I left Seattle in 97, anywhere that was within an hour drive of Seattle or Bellevue was just out of control, you know, just prices wise. And commute wise, people got used to doing that commute. And now, when I go back home, these little towns on I-90 that are, you know, 120, 140 miles away from Seattle because they've got the freeway, same thing. It's just crept up. Hey, Mike.
What's up?
How you doing? All good. Been a while since I've seen you. 7 weeks. Got a mullet going on.
I shaved my beard on the side and got a nice beard that came after it. I didn't like the way it looked.
I warned you.
I know, but I tried it. We came back from Italy, and after I got home, I said, hey, you were gone still. And then we went to Oregon.
I just came through Oregon on my way. Well, I went up through Klamath, but then I came back. Stayed overnight in Albany. You know that area? Yeah.
We usually spend most of our time on the coast. We just drive through there.
Yeah, I mean, this is right off of I-5.
Yeah, we go up I-5, and off to
Sutherland?
yeah, and then we go west to the coast.
That's the thing, they show up like all of a sudden, right? And they're like 3 inches long. I hope that doesn't happen. Yeah. Right. Like all of a sudden.
So how long were you gone?
I was gone for 10 days. Yeah. Got my mom's house up on the market. And 2 days later, we got an offer on the house, but they wanted too many concessions, so we countered back, and then they didn't want the house. There was a difference between what they were asking and what my... Yeah. It wasn't only, I mean, it was 10 grand, but I would have taken it, but my mom didn't want to take it. She's going to probably regret that decision, but it's all right. We got a backup plan.
Well, hopefully interest rates will go down this month.
I'm hoping as well. I think this time Trump's going to push that through and get that guy to either leave or,
With Jerome Powell?
yeah,
Yeah.
only one way. He's going to either push him out or he's going to
But who's the next guy though? He can't change it.
I know.
The president has no control over that.
Is that you?
No,
Oh, I was gonna say that looks like Arizona.
we haven't figured it out. He's trying to figure it out. Southern Utah, up north, up the
North
north.
Arizona. I figured it
89.
out.
Yeah, it's a saguaro cactus. It's either Arizona or Mexico.
Yeah, that one's Arizona. I don't know.
Yeah, they're all different. I mean, I don't think that's a live one. No, none of them are live.
This one's down somewhere.
Hi, Donna. How are you?
That guy you wanted to sell his tiny house, but he couldn't.
Yeah.
Did he ever put it on? Get his stuff?
Yeah, so I came
Situ-
back and he kind of ghosted me for a while. And so he said, Mike, I'm sorry, he says, but I was trying to get the property in my name. So he says, so I didn't want to call you back until I got it back in my name.
He did get it in his name.
No, he talked to his lawyer and his lawyer recommended an agent that he works with.
Oh, so he went with
So
somebody.
I said, I guess I'm out. So I said, you know
You're
what?
out, buddy.
There wasn't much in it for me anyway.
Yeah, it was the only one. Like, was 70 grand for it.
Yeah,
Right.
$70,000, and I told him I would do paperwork and everything for him for a couple thousand.
Yeah. So the house behind me, the old guy passed away. Behind me, and he sat empty for a while.
You mean here or up there?
Here, so on Pilt. So it's just a single wide on 1.25 acres. It's good. And they wanted $199 for it. It's a nice it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It was a single
How
wide.
old is it?
It's old, too
Well,
old.
single wide, you can't get financed.
I know.
Well, there's one bank that I deal with that will finance a single wide.
Well, the old
Like
guy
a
that
million stipulations.
The old guy that lived there that passed away, he got a VA loan on it. Don't ask me how. I mean, I guess the VA would help you out with those single wides, but it's usually,
They change their mind every 5 minutes. VA and all those.
yeah.
Because my house originally was bought on a VA loan, and then I have USA. I'm not a vet, but I have USAA. So they were trying to. We got it all going through them. Like, oh, we can't finance it. I'm like, do you not see the top of the header? Who financed it? I'm like, no, we've never done that. I'm like, you don't. Keep looking at the top. What does it say?
Looks good.
Yeah, perfect. It says USA, and they're like, oh, we've never done that. Well, so what's on top of the header? I have the original paperwork from the 80s. You know, whatever it was.
All right, sir. Thank you for having me cut it.
Yeah, thank you.
Hard to get hold of.
I'm hard to get hold of.
Well, it seems like it. It just fit my schedule, not you. Yeah.
Well, the reason I waited till today is because when I went online, yesterday was the first appointment that you had available.
They had available,
When I
yeah.
got back, and then when I went back to book it,